All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday Morning Yoga in honor of our dear friend, Nicole. And in Nicole's honor, I wanted to make today's class about feeling good and noticing what feels good and thinking about what feels good. Yesterday, I went to the farmer's market and they had amazing music and this band that was just awesome. It was 11 people of very varied backgrounds, um, all playing different instruments and singing and clearly having like the most fun and feeling good and just enjoying feeling good. And they were right next to the flower shop, which makes me feel good. So I started thinking about all the things that make us feel good, and we often don't stop and notice them. So as we move through yoga today, notice what feels good and maybe hold that pose a little bit longer. And perhaps it's an invitation to think about your life today and notice what feels good and do more of that and do less of what doesn't feel good, not because it's lazy or not good for you, but because why not feel good in life rather than not? So find a seat on your mat that feels good and ground your sit bones into the earth. And notice even here that this feels good. It's not fun or delight, but feels genuinely good. And notice your sit bones ground deeply downward into the earth. Connect with its energy and its strength and its stability. And take a moment to draw the energy up through you, up through your spine, stack vertebrae upon vertebrae upon vertebrae. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky and drop your shoulders. And take a moment here and just pause and notice what feels good already. Take in a deep breath through your nose and an out breath. An in breath through your nose and an out breath through your mouth. And notice if this feels good. Perhaps a couple of tingles in your fingers. Perhaps your shoulders have dropped just a little lower. Notice if that feels good. Bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand atop and press in gently. And notice whether that feels good. Press the heel of the hand a little deeper into that heart space. Scientifically, this actually releases oxytocin, which is a hormone that makes you feel good. So anytime you want to feel good, hand to heart and press in gently. Take in a deep breath here, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And enjoy feeling good for just a moment. Shoulders dropped, neck long, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Tilt your pelvis forward and lengthen your spine even a little more. Notice if that feels good, better, stronger, more stable, more centered. Take a moment to reflect on the things in your life right now that do feel good. Hopefully yoga's on the list, but perhaps there are other things. For me, I love the pelicans at Ocean Beach, and they are back in lots of chevrons flying through the sky. The farmer's market feels good. That first sip of coffee in the morning feels amazing. What else feels good? What perhaps in your body right now feels good? Perhaps the hand to heart. Perhaps your sit bones on the earth. Perhaps your shoulders dropped rather than scrunched up, tensed up with worry. Take a deep inhale through your nose once again. And an exhale through your mouth. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your palms together. Notice if that feels good. Rub them together, skin to skin. Press your thumbs into your sternum, elbows out wide. And I offer the question of what if the purpose of life is to feel easeful and joyful and feel good in as many moments as possible? What if in pursuing that purpose, your life has meaning for you and for others? What if it's not selfish, but selfless to enjoy and feel good? Knowing that when we feel good, those around us tend to feel good. The world tends to look brighter and be brighter. And life is good. And if something doesn't feel good, is it possible to just draw less attention to it? Not that it shouldn't be there or it doesn't need to be fixed, but focusing your attention on what feels good, feels better. And reminding yourself that it feels good in contrast to things that perhaps don't feel good. And that's okay. We need all of it in order to feel good. Taking a deep inhale once again. And an exhale. Perhaps set an intention to do what feels good today in class and after class, and perhaps all week, and perhaps all month. A month of noticing and enjoying what feels good. Lower your hands to your thighs and slowly open your eyes. Roll your shoulders back 3 times and notice how good it feels. And roll them forward 3 times, nourishing huge circles. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Clasp your fingers together. Flip your palms to the sky. Shimmy your elbows gently towards your ears, slight arch back. Exhale, round, tuck your navel, come into a seated cat, and notice how good that feels first thing. Inhale, arch slightly into cow pose, seated cow. Engage your belly as you move. Exhale, round into cat, and enjoy it. Suck that navel way back, pull all the back muscles as far back as you can. Allow your head and neck to drop. Inhale, slight arch towards the sky. Exhale, open your arms out towards the sides. Reclasp them at your sacrum. Extend your fists and elbows towards the floor, shoulders down and back. Deep inhale into your chest. And an exhale. Notice how it feels good. Breathe in. Reach your fists towards the floor, shoulders down and back, neck long. Exhale, let it out. Unclasp your hands, raise them out towards the sides once again. Wrap them into an eagle pose, right arm under the left, thumbs come together, palms come together, elbows to shoulder height. Inhale, lift your elbows up an inch, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch, exhale, lower. Notice how this feels twangy, but very good to most people. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower your elbows towards your belly. Allow your head and neck to fall into the cradle of your hands, and notice the release in the top of the shoulders, lower neck. Breathe into it. Allow it to feel good. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, raise your elbows up to shoulder height. Untangle your arms, extend them long in either direction. Recross them left under right, elbow to elbow, thumb to thumb, palm to palm, whatever works for you. Elbows to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower to shoulder height. Notice the feeling good in between the scapula. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round, drop your head and neck, elbows come towards your belly button, lower your head and relax. Breathe into the back body here. Notice what feels good. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise back upright. Untangle your arms, lower them towards the floor. Roll your shoulders again and enjoy it. And roll them forward 3 times. And take out whatever you may be sitting on. If you're sitting on something, extend your legs long in front, knees bent, move the flesh of your seat out of the way. I can never say that without thinking of Nicole. Bend your knees gently, toes flex towards your nose. Tilt your pelvis forward, engage your tummy. Reach both arms up towards the sky, palms together. Fold forward towards your toes into an easy forward fold and allow your head and neck to relax. As it feels comfortable, press your knees towards the earth and enjoy all that feeling good in the back of the legs, shoulders, back, head and neck release towards the floor. Breathe into all the spots of tightness, but also the spots where the feeling good is coming through. And exhale. Use the breath to help yourself feel good. It's a mood enhancer. And when you're doing something that feels good, say listening to music, if you take in a deep breath and really let it in, allow it to seep into every nook and cranny, you can feel even better. Another deep inhale and an exhale. Slowly walk up your knees to your, walk up your shins to your knees, to your thighs. Take your hands behind you, tense your fingers towards the earth, extend your elbows, shoulders down and back. Come into Dandasana or staff pose. Press your knees towards the floor. Your heels may lift, toes lift up towards your body. Inhale deeply and exhale. Every muscle engaged in the legs, strong pose here. Engage your belly, crown of the head reaches skyward. Inhale deeply. And exhale, let it go. Relax, sweep your feet towards the side and come into hands and knees. Find a tabletop here that feels good. Cushion your knees if they're sensitive. If not, leave them as they are. Ground your hands into the earth. Make sure your hands are directly under your shoulders, fingers spread out in equal pie shapes, knees connect to the earth, tops of the feet connect to the earth. Draw your attention to your belly. Inhale, arch into cow pose. Stretch the front of the abdomen, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, sit bones reach towards the sky. Exhale, round into cat, suck your belly up, drop your head, enjoy it. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Reach your belly skyward. Inhale for cow once again. And exhale for cat. Come back to tabletop. Take a moment to even yourself out. Even starting secure and stable feels good. Walk your hands forward a handprint. Curl your toes, lift your hips up directly to downward dog. And notice how this first downward dog often feels kinky and awesome at the same time. Walk your feet out, enjoy what feels good. Then one knee and then the other. Bend to the left knee, press the right heel fully towards the floor as close as you can get it. Enjoy the feeling good in the back of the right leg. Bend the right knee, press the left heel towards the floor, and enjoy it. Lift up onto both tiptoes, press into your hands, press your hips back and up towards the sky. Slowly lower your heels towards the floor. Lift up all 10 toes here, spread them wide like monkey toes, and lower them down. Ground into your hands. Left ball of the foot grounds downward. Inhale, raise your right leg towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Heel presses into the back wall. Exhale, stack your hips, bend the right knee, and enjoy the opening of the right hip. Breathe into it. Roll your ankle one direction and then the other. Enjoy it. Re-square your hips. On the exhale, gently bring your right foot between your hands. We're going to come into pigeon pose because we're going to do all the poses that feel good to me today. Easy pigeon. Right knee is on the outer edge of the right mat. Left foot is on the left side of the mat. Start upright today. Untuck your back toe. Lower the back knee, even wiggle the toe and inch the left leg back a bit. Stay upright since it's early in the morning for the moment. Fist press into the earth, reach the crown of your head towards the sky. You'll notice an opening in the front of the left hip and the outer back of the right hip. And allow it to just feel good here for a moment. If it doesn't feel good, you can come back to downward dog or readjust the placement of your heel. Noticing that as you lift up and out, there's a lot less tension to begin. For those of you who love pigeon, feel free to come forward onto your forearms, elbows, clasp your hands together, and just allow your head to drop easily here for 3 breaths. Send the feeling good into that right hip and allow yourself to enjoy it. Notice where it spreads, perhaps towards the inner thigh, wrapping around the whole area. Use the breath to make things that feel good feel better. Breathe in, allow it. Let it seep into every nook and cranny. One more deep breath here. Press back up into your hands, palms ground into the earth. Curl the back toe. Come back to downward dog and walk your heels out. Enjoy the release here. Notice the difference between the right side and the left. Lift up onto your toes, drop your heels towards the right, bend the right knee straight, the left leg, left heel's on the earth. Enjoy the stretch in the left rib cage, waist, left leg. Breathe into it. You may notice your hands start to hurt a little bit. You can readjust if needed. Come back to center, lift up onto your toes. Drop your heels towards the left, bend to the left knee, straight the right, right heels on the earth. Breathe into the right side body. Enjoy all the good here. The stretches and the funky little spots, all the nooks and crannies. Send the breath there. Exhale, let it go. Come back to center. Lower your heels. Reorganize your feet if needed. A stable down dog. Inhale, lift your left foot up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Hips square towards the floor. Exhale, bend your left knee, stack your hip, roll your ankle. Enjoy everything that feels good in this position. Arms working may feel good. Release in the front of the left hip may feel good. Rolling the ankle out may feel good. Notice all of it. Send the breath into it so you can enjoy it more. Pausing and being present with all the sensations.
Re-square your hip. Gently bring your left foot between your hands. Come into pigeon on this side. Left knee on the left side of the mat, left foot on the right side. Heels tucked into the groin if that works for you. Come up onto your fists. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Enjoy the stretch in the front of the right hip. Perhaps you notice it in your lower back, perhaps in your left hip. Untuck and retuck the right toes, readjust the knee, readjust that right leg so it feels good. Give yourself a moment here, breathing into all the pockets that are tight yet also feel so very, very good here. Knowing that we carry a lot of tension here and stretching it does feel good. Another deep inhale. Come down onto your elbows if you wish. Clasp your hands together. Allow your head and neck to release into the cradle of your hands for reclining pigeon. If this hurts your knee, come out, come back to downward dog. One more deep breath into all the pockets of the left upper leg. Rise back up, palms ground into the earth. Curl the back toes, press back to downward dog. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Come into an easy forward fold. Widen your feet if need be. Bend your knees gently. Allow your head and neck to release completely. Stick your sit bones up towards the sky. You'll notice a lot of sensations in the legs. Hands can rest gently on the earth if your knees are bent. Lift up all 10 toes. Spread them like monkey toes. Lower them down. Hands grasp your elbows. Allow your head and neck to release even more fully. Notice every sensation in the back of the legs. Sway into your toes, into your heels, towards the left, towards the right. Find your center and your balance here. Find where you are the strongest and most stable. Where is your grounding? Release your hands, reclasp them at your sacrum. Shoot your fists up towards the sky, elbows straight. Allow your fists to fall towards the front of the mat. Notice the release of the front of the shoulders. This feels good to me. Notice if it feels good to you. Many of us carry tons of tension in the shoulders. Allow your hands to fall another inch towards the front of the mat. Breathing into the nooks and crannies and what feels good to enhance it. And exhale, let it go. Bend the left knee, straight the right, twist towards the right. Bend the right knee, straight the left, twist towards the left. Come back to center. Allow your hands to come back to your sacrum. Run them down the backs of your legs. Engage your belly and slowly roll up to stand. Noticing all the blood flow shifts, which will happen here. As you arrive, take a moment to find your grounding once again. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, draw them back towards the back of the mat and lower them towards the floor, palms open towards the front, Tadasana. Notice how amazing Tadasana feels. Literally just standing, yet strong and grounded. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Close your eyes if you're comfortable so you can notice how all of it feels. Engage your kneecaps, tighten your thighs, tuck your pelvis, grow your spine long and tall, drop your shoulders. Lengthen the neck as if Nicole has her fingers on the bones behind your ears and she's lifting them up a smidge. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky and drop your shoulders once again. Deep inhale and an exhale.
Another deep inhale in through your nose. And an exhale out through the mouth. Inhale your arms out and up. Right thumb and middle finger clasp the left wrist. Ground the left foot, left hip downward. Tug the left wrist towards the right. Stretch the whole left side body. Breathe into every nook and cranny and enjoy it. Exhale, let it go. Tug the left wrist gently farther towards the right. Another inhale here. Tug, tug, tug. And an exhale. Come back to center. Switch the clasp of your hands. With intention, engage your belly once again. Ground the right foot, right hip downward. Exhale, tug towards the left. Inhale deeply into every nook and cranny. Let it seep in. And exhale, let it go. One more deep inhale, allowing the feel good to spread everywhere. And exhale, let it go. Rise back up to center. Release your arms out towards the sides and down. Roll your shoulders back 3 times and enjoy it. And roll them forwards 3 times. We're going to come into tree pose. Ground your left foot into the earth. Right heel comes to the right calf. If you wish, take your right hand and bring it up into the inner thigh, whatever works for you. Bring your hands to heart center. Ground downward through the left foot. Press your thumbs into your sternum for balance. Find your stability here and notice how it feels good to be stable on one leg, grounded. If it works for you and it feels good, raise both branches up towards the sky. Breathe into it. And exhale, let it go. Another deep inhale. Stretch those fingers, branches, leaves towards the sun, hidden behind the fog. And exhale, let it go. Bring your hands back to heart center. Draw your knee towards the front of the mat and lower it down, shake it out. Notice that the left leg feels good all of a sudden. Switch sides, ground your right foot into the earth, all 4 corners of the foot. Lift up the 5 toes, spread them like monkey toes, and lower them down. Bring your left heel to your left calf. Take your left hand if you wish, bring it to the inner thigh if that works for you on this side, but sides may be very different. Once again, press your palms together, even out your hips. Draw the energy up through the earth, through that right leg, through your pelvis, through your spine, towards the crown of your head. Stand tall and strong. Inhale, both arms, branches up towards the sky, reach towards the light. Notice how the whole right side body might feel good here and enjoy it. The stability might feel good, the balance might feel good. If you're wobbling, that might also feel good. Swaying in the breeze. Bring your hands to heart center. Draw your knee once again towards the front and lower it down. Shake it out. Roll your shoulders again, nourishing huge circles. Remembering you can do this anytime during the day. Roll them forward 3 times. Allowing yourself to feel good, focusing on it, enjoying it. Walk towards the front of the mat and come to stand. We'll do a sun salutation or 2. Ground your feet into the earth. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Palms come together, slight arch. Fold forward, forward, fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Ground your hands into the earth, step back to plank and pause. Strong on top of the push-up. Shift your weight forward onto your tiptoes. Bend your knees, untuck your toes, bend your elbows, slowly lower down, chaturanga towards the earth, forehead rests on the earth.
Weight is out of your hands. Inhale for low cobra, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, heart shines forward. Lower towards the earth. Curl your toes, press into your hands, press back to downward dog. And pause. Lift up onto your tiptoes and step up or jump or walk towards the front of the mat. Come to a forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight. Sit bones stick backwards towards the back of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Engage your belly and slowly roll up to stand, inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae. Enjoy the whole thing. Arms open out and up, palms come together, slight arch back. Hands come to rest at heart center. Deep inhale, notice how good it feels. And exhale. Lower your arms out and up once again. Palms come together, slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Ground your hands into the earth, step back to plank, and pause. Drop your heels towards the right. Reach your right arm up towards the sky, come into side plank. I think this feels good. I have no idea why, but ground your left hand into the earth. Reach your right fingers tall. Feel strong. Notice the balance and strength. Notice that you can do this. It's kind of fun. Exhale, lower your right hand towards the earth. Heels rise back towards the center. Drop your right heels towards the earth. Reach your left hand towards the sky. Come into side plank on the other side. Notice the strength. Enjoy what feels good here in this balanced pose. Come back to center, back to plank. Shift your weight forward onto your tiptoes. Bend your elbows, lower chaturanga towards the earth. Forehead rests third eye towards the earth. Weights out of the hands. Inhale for low cobra. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes. Press back to downward dog. And notice if it feels good. Deep inhale into the chest space here. And exhale, lion's breath. Stick your tongue out. Let it all go. Raise your right leg towards the sky. Exhale, bring it between your hands. Come into low lunge or Anjaneyasana. Wiggle those right toes forward. Back knee is bent. Untuck the back toes. Tuck the right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, raise your arms towards the sky, low lunge. Exhale, sink into the hips. Allow this to feel good. Let go of the tension in the front of the left hip and enjoy it. Inhale deeply. And exhale, sink into it. Another breath. One more deep inhale here. And exhale, breathe into it. Lower your right hand to your right hip. Tip gently towards the left. And allow that to feel good in the front of the left hip. Breathe into that. And exhale, sink a little lower. Another inhale, reach tall. And exhale, sink into it. Bring your right hand back up to meet the left. Lower your hands to either side of your foot. Curl the back toes, come up into a high lunge. Reorganize your feet so there's a wider lane between them. Hop the back foot forward about 3 footprints. Come into pyramid pose. Both toes jet line towards the front. Tap the right hip back and the left hip forward. And enjoy the sensations in the back of the right leg here. Breathe into every nook and cranny. And exhale, enjoy how good it feels. Inhale, lift for a half lift. Crown of the head reaches forward, sit bones stick backward. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale, reach. Crown of the head forward, half lift. Exhale. forward fold. Once again, inhale for a half lift. And exhale, forward fold, lower down. Step the back foot forward to meet the right. Come back to a forward fold. Place your left palm on the earth between your feet. Bend your left knee. Twist towards the right. Reach your right arm upwards. Enjoy the feel good in the whole outer IT band of the right leg. Roll your right wrist around. Let it feel good. Roll it the other way. Lower the right hand back towards the earth. Palm flat. Bend the right knee, twist towards the left, roll the wrist, enjoy the stretch in the outer left leg. Come back to center. Engage your belly and slowly roll up inch by inch by inch. Enjoy it all.
Notice the shifts in blood flow and pause here in Tadasana. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, pinch them back towards the back of the mat. Lower them towards the floor, palms open towards the front. Tadasana. Take a moment to enjoy how it feels good. Inhale your arms out and up. Once again, palms come together, slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, sit bones stick backwards. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank once again. Shift your weight forward, bend your knees, bend your elbows, lower down, chaturanga towards the floor. Inhale for low cobra, crown of the head reaches forward, heart shines light towards the front of the mat. Exhale, lower down. Press back to downward dog. Take a moment to stabilize, reground, breathe. Take a moment to send all the things that feel good into that pocket behind your heart here. Into your chest space that likely feels much more open here. Raise your left leg towards the sky. Exhale, gently bring it between your hands. Come into Anjaneyasana on this side. Wiggle those left toes as far forward as need be. Back knee is on the earth. Untuck the back toes. Inhale your arms up to low lunge. Exhale, sink into your hips. If your right knee is sensitive, put a blanket under it or a towel or fold the mat. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, sink and breathe into the right hip. Wiggle those left toes forward if you need to keep your knee behind your ankle. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, sink into it and enjoy it. Left hand comes to the left hip. Right fingers gently stretch towards the left. Notice that. Inhale, once again. Exhale, reach your left hand back up alongside the right. Lower the hands to either side of your foot. Curl your back toes. Come up to a high lunge. Even yourself out. Press off your back foot. Step it forward a couple of footprints. Toes face the front of the mat. Come into pyramid pose. Immediately, tack the left hip back, right hip forward, both legs straight. Enjoy all the sensations in the back of the left leg. An abundance of sensations, as I like to say. Lift up all 5 toes of that front foot, lower them down. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, breathe out, lower down. 2 more breaths here and enjoy it. Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot.
Engage your belly, bend your knees gently if need be, and roll up inch by inch, enjoying every inch. Head will be the last to rise. Restack the vertebrae with intention. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat and lower them towards the earth, palms face forward. Take a moment to let everything settle, the blood flow settle. Deep inhale and allow things to start to slow down. One more deep inhale and long, smooth exhale. Left hand to heart, right hand to tongue. And take a moment to feel good. The more you notice what feels good, the better you feel. Give yourself the gift of feeling good today, because why not? Lower your hands to your sides. Slowly let the light back in and transition slowly in a way that feels good to lying on the mat. However the transition feels good to you, notice what feels good and move in that way, not too abruptly. And allow yourself to settle in a position that feels good. Notice if your shoulders are tucked, hips are wonky. Gently bend your knees, walk your heels towards your buttock, flip your hands, press up into an easy bridge. Tuck your shoulders if you wish, reach your hips skyward, undo the back body. Inhale, reach the hips upward, knees energetically connect, shoulders tucked, buttocks engaged. Exhale. Last deep inhale, reach skyward, engage your buttocks, and slowly untuck your shoulders and roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Allow yourself to enjoy it. If it would feel good, draw your knees into your chest, clasp your knees, rock side to side, massage your sacrum. And choose here, if you prefer to come into happy baby, soles of the feet reach towards the sky, knees press towards the earth, or lower your knees and knees together, feet apart. Allow the knees to twist towards the right. Notice what your body needs. Does it need a twist? Does it need a rock or an inner thigh stretch? Whatever feels good to you. Or you can take a little time to do both easily, no pressure. When you're ready, come to lie in Shavasana, final resting pose on your mat. Toes relax towards the outer edges of the mat. Palms at your side, open towards the sky, about 6 inches from your waist. Untuck anything that's kinked. Taking a huge deep inhale of everything that feels good and felt good in the last 45 minutes. And a huge exhale, allowing yourself to land in a deep space of relaxation, surrender, allowing, enjoying. Allow these next few moments to purely feel good. Nothing to worry about, nothing to plan. The body can breathe itself. Every muscle just relax and enjoy.
Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a deep inhale and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Long in either direction, whatever serves you. Do the stretch that feels most good. Draw your knees into your chest and roll over to one side. Pause in a fetal position. Use your arm as a comfy pillow. Allow this spot, this pause, to feel good. Thank yourself for taking a few moments at the outset of Monday, at the beginning of this beautiful July week, to allow yourself to feel good. And notice for a moment how good you can feel without anything outside of you changing, just by noticing, attending, and allowing, by breathing into it and enjoying it. And take that knowledge with you into the week ahead. Press your hands into the floor and slowly rise up to a comfortable seat where we began. If you wish, please slowly settle into any comfortable seated position. Take a moment to reground into the stability of the earth. Tilt your pelvis forward, grow your spine long and tall, drop your shoulders, lengthen your neck, reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Take in a deep inhale and a huge exhale. Bring your left hand to heart, right hand to top. Squeeze in gently. A final feel good moment. Enjoy it, every nook and cranny of it. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, skin to skin. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. I hope that you felt good and continue to find moments of feeling good in the week ahead. May you all be well. May you all be safe. May you all be loved. May you all find happiness and many moments of feeling good. Namaste.
Namaste.